Welcome back to another episode of Detroit 360, your personal guide to all things Detroit. I'm your host, Sheila Grant. You guys, my colleagues have had me way outside of my comfort zone these last couple of weeks. You just saw them make me try chitlins, and now they have me out here in the cold. And as I've said before, I do not like being outside in the wintertime. But thankfully here at the Cadillac Square, there are little warming tents where I can come and warm up, and it doesn't even feel like I'm outside anymore. So I'm gonna go explore some of these great shops around, and I think we're gonna go ice skating, so stay tuned. Woo-hoo. Do you have, I see you have like the caramel apple cider, but do you have that without the Smirnoff?
Just a regular hot cider? Yeah.
Can I do that, please? Thanks. Guys, this is the perfect midday break, okay? So we've been outside, it's been freezing cold, but I've got some warm cider and I've got Joe a nice little hot chocolate, and I'm excited because there's a bunch of games around here. They've got a life-size Jenga, life-size tic-tac-toe and chessboards, and I'm gonna sit, warm up, and drink a little bit of cider. Come on. Whew. So excited to taste this cider and hopefully beat Joe in a game of tic-tac-toe. Hey, Joe. That's your hot chocolate. I got some hot cider. Cheers. It's so good. So, you ready for this tic-tac-toe whooping?
Take my jacket.
Take your jacket off. I don't want any excuses. Oh, my jacket had me hot, so that's why I couldn't beat you. My sleeves were in the way. No excuses. No excuses. Are you ready? You need to take anything else off? Anything else off?
No,
you good? Okay.
Thanks.
Have you been down here before?
No, I haven't. It's my first time.
So I've not been down here either because, you know, I don't really venture out into the cold in the wintertime. But I just hibernate because I don't like to be cold. So this is super dope though, like this little lodge, and I'm loving it. They've got a lot of games you can play. They've got music going. They've got food and drinks. Look, you know I'm a foodie. I'm excited about this menu here. They've got a butternut squash soup, which is one of my favorites. And look at this, short rib mac and cheese. Short rib mac and cheese, all like in one. Well, because I just ate. But you know I love to eat, so I might have to order something, you know, work up an appetite after I finish beating you in this game. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, I'm about to whip Joe up in this game of tic-tac-toe, and I want you to stay tuned to this next piece, Detroiters Making a Difference. You know, the residents of Detroit are truly the fabric that holds this city together. This next piece shows the inspiring story of a young lady who does her part to give back to other residents. Enjoy. All right.
That's not how you play.
I won.
First off, when you have experienced different things in life, most time you think on what would have been the best measure to bring me into a new place. And I didn't realize that it was mentorship and it was people that always have an effect on us in some type of way or shape or matter. And in that process, different things was taking place, and I moved around a lot. So I moved out at 11 years old, and I continued to move around until I was 16 and able to afford my own house. And during that process, I accumulated several families that they invested in me, they gave me knowledge, and in that time, I thought, like, how cool is it to be able to invest in somebody else?
Miss Nefertiti helped me with like how to work on like the way I handle situations and stuff. And we actually grew a bond, like mother and daughter. And she didn't treat the students like just regular students. She looked at us more like family, like.
She's basically like a mother away from home. Any advice, or if she think I'm doing something that's irrational, she'll let me know and help me get it together, or she give me resources, or just stuff to help me make myself better. She came to our school, I think, 2 days a week, and we kicked it, chopped it up or whatnot, and she was telling me that these streets or whatnot, it's not nothing out here. You're gonna either end up dead or in jail, So after all of that, after in school, after I got my school situation together, she helped me stay on track so I wouldn't fall off again.
The missions of Essentials to Life, or ETL, is to bring youth out of any unstable environment. The list can go on and on, from facing homelessness. It can be a youth that live in an environment that they may not have access to leadership. They may not have access to someone to show them how to get on the path of success. They may not have the tools and whatever the case that comes along with the stuff that goes in the home. A lot of youth experience some traumatic things, and who do they turn to, And just having a safe haven that they can be able to say that I know that I have somebody that I could trust and talk to, and they might even be involved in domestic violence. So what age group we deal with is age 16 through 24, but I have not quite put a cap on it, because I've had some older people come to me and say, listen, Nefertiti, I need some assistance, I need some help, I need some love, and expanding that arm of love just shows them what the essential things to life are.
Our young people were able to collaborate with Essentials to Life by participating in workshops and trainings that would help them to be better leaders. They also put together events. I think being able to see and participate in these workshops and see them carry out these events, they were able to grow. And I think the enthusiasm and the culture of Essentials to Life is important. It's important because the young people need that, and a lot of what they do is organic. That means it comes within their own circle. It's unique. It has its own way of ebbing and flowing. And so Essentials to Life allows for that and creates a space for them to be just who they want to be.
When you come out of detrimental environments, there has to be some connection of change. There has to be something that end up saying, I have to change the trajectory of which direction I go in order for me to be able to see the fullness of life. Because if not, then, and some people don't know how to get there. So that's what Essentials to Life is. Essentials to Life is going to connect them to that place that will say, listen, you have it, what it takes in you. You have it already. Regardless to what you've been through, you still can accomplish whatever is in your heart. And if you don't know what that is, let me show you.
Hey guys, I'm down here at the Cadillac Square Market, and I'm having such a great time. Even though it's cold, I'm trying my hardest to keep warm. I know you keep hearing me say this throughout the show, Sheila hates the cold, blah, 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 but I'm gonna say it again. You say it with me. Sheila hates being outside in the cold. But this out here is making it all worth it because I'm actually enjoying myself. So these tiny glass houses that you see out here were built by skilled tradesmen, and they have a bunch of little local vendors and pop-up shops. So there's some gourmet foods, there's some clothing, there's some homemade candles, and lots of other arts and crafts. And it really is such a cool place for you to come take a look at. Speaking of skilled trades, this next piece on the Randolph Technical Training Center gives you an in-depth look at the training that this newly renovated center provides for Detroit residents.
The Randolph Career Technical Education Center has been revitalized and can now serve hundreds more youth and now adults seeking skilled trades training and career opportunities. Thanks to a public-private partnership between the Workforce Development Board, Detroit Employment Solutions, and the Detroit Public Schools Community District, $10 million in funding have been used to transform this outdated vocational high school into a state-of-the-art career and tech training facility that now serves adults as well as teenagers.
300 students a year plus over the next 3 years. 10th graders to 12th graders, half a day at your base school, half a day here. You can get your high school degree and a good education at DPS, and you can also be well on your way to a career that is a good paying job for the rest of your life.
Randolph is helping Detroiters who are unqualified for construction work get the training they need to become active participants in the rebuilding of Detroit.
But then we had to go one step further, because we need to invest in our students and our young people, but we also have a lot of adults out there who are looking for skills. And we said, if we're going to put $10 million into this facility, can we use the same space and the same equipment to train adults in the evening?
I'm Galen Hardy, and I am Detroit. I'm the Education and Outreach Coordinator for Zero Waste Detroit. The main objective is to increase curbside recycling throughout the city of Detroit. What really got me into recycling was looking at the state's recycling rate. Currently, we're like about 48 out of 50 states in recycling. In the city of Detroit, you know, due to our air pollution, we do have the highest rate of childhood asthma, as well as we have the state's most polluted zip code, which is 48217. Recycling is behavior modification. We've been, you know, taught for so many years that just to throw it away. But what we try to do is encourage residents, you know, and let them know that your trash never goes away. So, you know, it's imperative that you recycle, and also we don't want residents to use the recycling bins as trash cans. So education is the utmost key, and we can all do this with your help by recycling and going to www.detroitmi.gov/publicworks and sign up for recycling. And if you can't sign up for recycling using a computer, you can also go to www.zerowastedetroit.org. Now, we can really clean up our city. You know, so we have to clean up our home before we can start targeting the state. And that's what I hope that we can do by recycling and ending, you know, the use of incineration and landfills as our major way of waste disposal.
People who go into healthcare because there's something in their heart that says they want to help people.
Your job is so critical for our patients. So remember that when you go into work every day, you're making a difference for somebody who's at their very most vulnerable.
Take that with you. It's much more than a job. It's a career. It's a vocation.
I feel really good. I feel like this is a big step towards me trying to become an RN, and it helped me a lot to get my foot in the door to be able to pursue the rest of my goals.
All of the staff at Oakland University are very proud of the students that have come through the Patient Care Associate program. Many of these students received an average GPA of 3.5, and they've graduated our program and already being enrolled into RN programs.
And I know that as a community, we do so much more and do so much better when we do it together. We have needed you literally for years. And here you are in the first cohort as a result of a collaboration.
Education and employment is so important, And it is more important that we continue this journey of educating people.
The way that jobs and opportunities are going to come to people in this community are going to come through programs like this. So Focus Hope is opening the door for many opportunities, whether it's through the healthcare field as well as in other areas, including technology and manufacturing.
Together we can do it so much better and so much more.
And when you get a chance to go to work every day with a whole lot of other people who have that in their heart, it is such a special thing. There's going to be a lot of classes come behind you, but you were the first. And you're going to pave the way, and I hope in the future when you talk to other folks who said, can I do this, you'll share with them your story, that they can go onto the Detroit at Work website, they can sign up for a training program, and they can have a really good career. And so I just wanted to be with you. I'm so excited for you. I just want to be here to say congratulations.
We spoke with the principal of Randolph, and here's what she had to say.
There's just a change in energy for the kids and for the staff. Walking into Randolph now, it's like a whole new mindset, a mindset to really help kids very much explore the opportunities within skilled trades, but most importantly to realize that there are opportunities after high school that don't necessarily have to be college, and it still can be, but when we look at the idea of apprenticeship schools, straight to the workforce industry, things such as that, kids have opportunities, and that's what we want to make sure of. It was really important when the city approached the district regarding Randolph, and specifically the adult ed component, that we not forget about our kids. And that is not to say that that was the intent of the city, but it was really to make sure we thought about sustainability, a sustainable cycle of providing students as well as adults these opportunities.
You're going to have a chance, if you're an adult in the community and thinks, I'd like to have a good paying job. You go to the Detroit at Work website. We'll start the initial programs in the evenings in October. By the end of the year, they will be running full scale. And so if you can imagine this, 300 high school students here in the day, 300 adults in this space at night. And as we continue to build the high rises and the development that's coming to this city, we're going to be really proud to say it's the residents of the city of Detroit building Detroit's future. Congratulations to everybody who made this possible.
Randolph is once again open for business and continuing their long legacy of preparing our youth and now adults for a future in skilled trades. For more information about enrolling, visit www.randolphcareertech.com.
How's it going? So you're taking a break from your ice skating, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, is this your first time down for the season?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Did either of you fall?
No, we're way better than that.
Don't say yeah, just say no. We're not going to fall. Tell your friends and your family. The more the merrier. And most importantly, stay in your long johns, okay?
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, see you later. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. That's my version of a quick little, rap, even though I'm not really a rapper. Stay tuned for this next piece on the Lyricist Society that shows some young people getting their rap game on.
Lyricist Society started in 2009 right here at Frederick Douglass Academy for Young Men. I saw that there were a number of students who were interested in hip-hop and rap, but they had no outlet. If they wanted to join a music program or something like that, they could do that, but there was no outlet for those who were interested in non-traditional forms of music. And so I thought it was important for them to have that outlet, and so thus Lyricist Society was created.
Black man dead, a black man dies. Another black suit, another black tie. One red with a black man rise. One red with a black man rise. A black man lives, a black man dies. Every time I walk, man, I look to the sky. I don't even know who told us a lie. Black lives matter, people should rise. Better recognize them feelings. Citizens arrest, so the police killing. Willing. Now who's living? We just took a loss for the cause.
The students, the facilitators, we all sit around and we come up with topics that that's important, that's pertinent
to, you know, our city, our issues, our school, our community. The things that students created in this program I've used in classes and things like that. They've won awards for some of the music and music videos that they've created. They've created documentaries, and so now it's just become this, you know, all-encompassing club, I guess you would say, or movement within the school where, you know, students can come and, you know, really be involved in creating.
What I like the most about rap is the schemes, the way they use, they flow, their 4-bar count. I love fast rap, alliteration, their syllables. I like the message. We were just at school the other day listening to 99 Problems by Jay-Z off the Bill of Rights, because he got 99 problems, but a beat ain't one. He's talking about dogs and drugs because Amendment number 4 say they can't search your, Amendment number 4, right? They can't search you without a warrant, and that's the point he was trying to get to. And most people don't know that.
I'm the prodigy. I done what my dad said. I guess I'm what I came out to be. I guess they trying to see me. They want me to spread my wings and be free. Got freedom like Amendment number 1. I got freedom on my streets. I got anywhere I can go. I can be anything I want to be. But that's different, yo. Let me know what you see. Birds eye view do. Birds eye view do. We got the same vision.
There's a genius behind hip hop. I mean, just for the vocabulary attainment, just for the subject matter that hip hop talks about. When students see their interest, their daily interest, touted as brilliant and genius, they in turn see themselves as being the same, as geniuses and brilliant. And so, you know, we use hip hop a lot in the classroom to discuss components of history, to increase vocabulary. I mean, there was a young man, Austin Martin, from Brown University, that did independent research that showed that, you know, a considerable amount of words used on the SAT can be found in hip hop lyrics as well. So just being able to use the program that he created called Rhymes with Reason to help students to, you know, listen to their music in a critical fashion.
All right, guys, it's time. They finally finished polishing the rink behind me. Skaters are out there, and I'm about to get out there and say a prayer for me that I do not fall. In the meantime, I want you guys to get ready, get your long johns together, and pack up to come downtown tonight to Beacon Park to see the D-Drop at midnight. Celebrate the new year with us. So, it used to be over here at Campus Martius and Cadillac Square, but it's grown so much that it's outgrown this space and will be over at Beacon Park. So starting at 4 p.m., there's going to be live entertainment, activities for the kids, fun for the whole family.
Rhymes with Reason is an interactive, web-based vocabulary workbook or software that teaches students SAT, ACT, and Common Core designated vocabulary, all found within popular, recognizable hip-hop lyrics. There are so many kids out there that they know the lyrics to their favorite rap song, or they know all the lyrics of their favorite rapper by heart, and nobody has to tell them to go like look up those lyrics or break down those lyrics, but everybody, teacher, parent has to, you know, coerce them to memorize or go learn SAT words or go learn the key terms to their history homework or their history curriculum or their science curriculum. And this is just a fusion of those two things and a way to get kids interested and excited about learning stuff that they need to know.
Music is like the thing out here nowadays that just, it's always around. Like, everywhere you go, music this, music that, artists, music, songs, like albums, mixtapes. People love music. People love vibing to stuff that they can like agree with or relate to, especially beats and instruments that they can. Okay, I like that, and something they can vibe with. And I make music, and I be like, okay, I want to say something that not only speaks for myself, but it speaks for everybody else around me.
I put the key into the door, it's success, and I think it fitted. This was destined for me, the scribes had it written. My mind is like a lion, and my heart is like a kitten. Stay together as a brother, I just good friends. Tell me where you was originated. I know for other new generation, and I hope I make it, cause young black men dying every day, and it's kinda dangerous. I get up when they put me back down. I ask for help when I don't hear a sound. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. When I got up, it all took a bow.
When I started with Lyricist Society, I honestly just looked at it
as a way to rap. Like, I get to rap after school. I had no intention on, you know, looking at it from a deeper perspective of, all right, we teaching people, we actually reaching people, we doing something that's noble and it's not corny. It's one of those things where it's so much deeper than what you see surface level. Like, you see surface level, we're making songs, positive songs, promoting a positive message, and you know, we're doing that to somewhat change the stigma of what hip hop is, you know, in our culture. Not only are we making music, but we making positive music that's not corny. This is something that kids actually listen to. Like, we got kids from the, like, urban communities, like from the hood, you know, excited to write a song about something positive.
All we gotta do is just do it like Nike. Every time we go up, people try to find me. I'm always myself. They want to find me. Don't dare stereotype. Don't come rhyming. Hey,
You gotta say Zeno. Okay, you gotta talk up. I can barely hear you. Like, your groupies are never gonna hear you. All of it. Everything is really low. Now, are you gonna be a whisper rapper?
Lyricist Society gives young people, I guess, a sense of pride and dignity in doing things in excellence. For students to know that what they're producing, what they're creating, is going to be viewed by hundreds of people, thousands of people, that it gives them a sense of urgency and that they have to be good, they have to be excellent at what they're doing.
The best companies in the world, from Google to Apple, et cetera, when they have a product, they prototype it with the end user. They let the end user take a product and say, I don't like this, I like this, change that. And the final product comes out according to what the end user wants. The education sphere needs to move in that direction. Education needs to be much more reliant upon what youth are interested in, and they need to be the curators of what they're learning. We'll see much better outcomes if that's the case.
The answers that we need, the solutions that we need, is found within our community. As teachers, as community members, parents, you know, it's important for us to step up and fill in those gaps that's not there, because nobody knows our community, our students like we do. Lyricist Society was my way to, you know, to make a positive impact. I mean, I used the interest that I had, the interests of other community members, just to come in and take something that, you know, students may gravitate to and use it in a positive way.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Detroit 360. I'm your host, Sheila Grant. Thanks so much for watching.